Welcome to the Trecena of E and the power
Yay.
of our own path, the power of our personal path. I like the power of our own path, the power of my own path, the power of your own path, because of the sort of ownership that it insinuates, that it implies. It's not just mine, it's the one, it's my own, your own. This is a really important power. It's a really important power that I feel often gets overlooked, maybe in our schools, and especially when we hold up certain models or paths as being exemplary, and maybe that's not the case for all of us. And I think the truth is that our ancestors know very well that there's a tremendous power in our personal path, our own path. And it's something that benefits each one of us personally, of course, when we know what our purpose is, we know why we're here, we know where we've been, we know where we want to go. Yeah, path. This Trecena is a great time to tune in with where am I on my journey in life. This is a good time to re-examine the old path. And I found myself today also sort of reflecting back on my own paths, my own journeys, my own pilgrimage to the sea, and where am I now in my own spiritual journey, the spiritual training journey that has brought me to this authority as a spiritual guide, and what is my path with that? So the path is always changing, right? And because we're always changing. And I think that I realize that as we move forward, this system, once again, is a brilliant reminder for us to check in with ourselves, check in with where am I on my journey, on my path. Am I reaching my goals? Do I feel like I have a goal? Do the goals that I have they been satisfied? Do I need new goals? So each one of us is unique and each one of us does have a unique path. And so this Trecena is really about focusing on that. As we know, it's so important to refrain from judging and criticizing others because it limits our own path. So, what we really want to do is encourage each other to be following our paths. And the previous Trecena, really gave us some good opportunities to grow our sense of personal space within the context of family and community. And now we're getting the opportunity to reflect and build upon our unique individual path, which also has tremendous benefit for the greater good. Your path is so important to me because you bring something different to my life that I don't necessarily tune into or understand. The challenges that you have confronted allow me to think carefully and thoughtfully about my own path. We are reflections for each other, and I think that's the beauty of our relationships of mutual support and understanding and an appreciation that we don't have to be the same. In fact, someone who's very different from us can actually teach us a lot about what's important for our own path. And having come out of this Trecena of Kawok, we kind of have been dealing with a little bit more the external and the internal, the external people and experiences, and the internal sense of space and calm that we feel, the sense of protection that we feel. So the Trecena is a great time for us to ask ourselves about our journey. For me, I today began to reflect on that in my walking in nature. I have decided for myself personally that I will recommit myself to the practice of walking in nature every day for 35 minutes, which I have missed sometimes Living in the beautiful nature of Guatemala, I have not always had the same opportunity to go to nature as I do here now in Idaho. It's so accessible. I can just do that. And of course, I can do that back in Guatemala, but I haven't been. So I'm going to recommit myself to walking. And A is the power of walking. It's our power of moving forward. So walking medicine is the medicine of this Trecena. It's the moving forward. We all get stuck. We all get stuck. Um, I got stuck with my head cold the last few days, and I found that it's been very helpful to keep it moving, to keep myself moving, to keep walking, to keep doing my exercises, to keep my body moving because the stagnancy I feel is kind of in my head. And in this previous Trecena of Kawok, I personally came to understand through a Reiki healing that something I really need to pay attention to of my four bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, that the physical is actually the one I need to pay attention to. So now I'm going to be paying a little more attention to my physical body, the physical walking. For those, some of you, they may be emotional journeys. The emotional call, there may be emotions that are calling to be processed. Um, may be mental journeys. There can be journeying, does not necessarily mean walking. We can also do what we call spiritual journey, which is engages our imagination and the ability to take journeys and travel to other places, to ask our guides to lead us there. We can ask the Nahuales to lead us. I have some ideas for you during this Trecena to do some of that kind of spiritual journeying or mental journeying, dream journeying. So, the journey may be something of an emotional nature, a physical nature. Maybe it's a combination of all of those. Again, it's what is your path calling? I think that on the first day of this Trecena, what is calling is reflection on our heart. What is in my heart right now? Begin the Trecena as we always do on a reflection, and here really ask, what is in my heart? What is calling and wants to me to move forward? I'm very welcoming this for myself in my own transitions in life. I hope this also appeals to all of you to really take it to your heart in your meditation, in your spiritual practice, in your yoga, in your walk tomorrow. What is in my heart? What is my heart wanting me to do? I have found this is always a really great way to get going, to find myself, to focus on my own path, what is right for me. I have known this since long before I began working with the nanas and tatas who helped me develop my own path and appreciate my own path. My spirituality is all about developing and encouraging our own unique path. It all depends on this. If you're feeling stuck in life and you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, ask a how a grandmothers, grandfathers, give me some insight into my path now. Fill my heart with knowing in my walk in nature that I am going to reconnect with what it is that is in my path. What is in my heart is in my path. The puma and the mountain lion, which are really very synonymous feline creatures, are the Nawal spirit animal representatives of A because they're fast. They run. They maybe they don't roam because they also, take their paths over the earth to where they need to go. They have a deep intuition and deep connection with Mother Earth. to draw them to water or hibernation or food. Yeah, so they can go great distances and they can go very fast. So this is a spirit animal that really helps us get going. If we're feeling stuck, grab onto the puma, grab onto the mountain lion. It sounds like a bad idea in person, but energetically, spiritually, during this time, work with this energy of moving forward in your life. It's a great time to plan new trips, new journeys, new travels. I think it was very interesting yesterday in conversation. Um, my One of my family members asked, "Where do you want to travel to now? Where does your heart calling you to travel?" Was the topic of conversation, which I felt was like such a great one. Now that we're anticipating, it did cause me to stop and go, where are the places I would dream of going? It's not necessarily the same dream as it was a few years ago. You know, our dreams of where we want to travel can change. The destinations can change. You know, the traveling and the journeying sometimes changes the destination. But moving forward is really, really the key. So, if you're feeling stuck, this is a great time to ask how A and the other energies of the Trecena to assist you in opening, clearing, and unblocking your path. You can talk to the energies, you can talk to a how A. I give you permission, give yourself permission. Speak to this energy, which is your own power of movement, your own power of walking. Unleash your power of walking. I'm really enjoying the walking again in a deeper way, in a more profound way right now. I feel like my whole body really needs it. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, my body needs this walking. So I'm pretty excited about this Trecena. Um, 1A, Hun A, August 7th is the first step. Just take one step and move forward one step at a time. You know, big projects seem really difficult. Long journeys are difficult. One step at a time helps us to get there. I think there's a purity to this idea. I think we inherently can all feel just taking the first step. What does that mean? Sometimes there's anxiety about taking the first step, but it's actually very easy. It's just one step. Um, as I said, if you're feeling like you're blocked, it's a great day to begin to give thanks and to ask for your path to be opened further. All of us can ask for our paths to be opened further. I really feel that 1A is the path with heart. It's it's where our energy is going to go. Before we go anywhere, it is an inspiration in our heart. Before we've moved, before we've taken that first step, connect with this heart feeling, that desire to move forward. That is a powerful energy. That's the powerful energy of Hun E. And even if you're not feeling blocked, I think it's a really great way to acknowledge our ability to move forward one day at a time, to connect with the baby steps required to meet our next goal and our next destination. This is a good time to reflect on this. Where am I going in the next 13 days, the next 20 days? Where am I going? Ask yourself this question, and what are the steps necessary? If you're getting ready to go on a trip to Ireland, you've probably already got some of those steps laid out for yourself. Un A is a great day to organize your trip. Yeah. And you can just take that to meditation or prayer. You can, sit down and spend some time working on that. Whether you're going on a trip or you're staying home and practicing mental journeying, um, it's the time to meditate on your unique path and on your special life journey. In 2002, I embarked on my own spiritual journey. I feel we should all embark on our own personal pilgrimage because I have that as a reference point for myself. And I love my pilgrimage. I love my journey. It's filled with reference points that I can look back on, and that helps me move forward. So I really appreciate this way of viewing our creative self-development that the Cholki offers us during this Trecena. And so meditating and reflecting on your path is the homework for the first day. Um, it's a good day to go out there and go on a walk and acknowledge where you've come from and reflect on where your heart draws you now. On the second day of the Trecena of E, Keb Ach Tu Ach draws us back home again. We haven't even set our foot out the door, and Ahau Ach is reminding us to come home. Ach is the home and the hearth and the sacred space. It's our altar. And Tu Ach is really the divine energy of Ukushkach, heart of the heaven, which descends from the heavens, and Ukush Ulev, the energy of the earth, which ascends. The two complementary energies in polarity, which energize all of us, which give us the energy which motivates that heart energy that we were talking about on 1A, that desire in my heart for that which is ahead of me. Now, Tuach is providing us with the energy to do it.
Mm.
The true energy of Ukushkach and Ukushulev, the heart of the universe and the heart of the earth, which is really our connection to original power, original energy. I like to think of this as our walking staff. As we're walking,
Mm.
Ach is the staff, is the cane. It's like bamboo. And connect with this vital life force onto Ach. And imagine it as you walk, or maybe even think about finding yourself a walking staff. Maybe it's a good time to find yourself a stick and practice walking with this staff and really whether you take up the staff physically or whether you actually take it up in your own mind spiritually, recognize that you're taking up this energy. You're taking up this staff of life to move forward. And that's the energy to give thanks for. Give thanks for your healing, that you're moving forward and you have this energy. Thank you. It's so simple. Heart of heaven and heart of the earth, thank you for giving me the energy to move forward. On the third day, 3 Ish, now that we are moving forward, Ahau Ish greets us on our journey and opens up limitless possibilities to us through the Divine Mother, Mother Earth, Ish, the great garden, the great jungle. Ish provides us with many pathways, many possibilities, endless possibilities. She opens the doorway to limitless possibilities. And at the same time, Ahau 3 Ish, she is like the Divine Mother who is accompanying us on our journeys.
Mm.
She's going to accompany you on your airplane flight. She's going to accompany you on your bicycle ride. She's going to accompany you to work. Whatever you're doing on this day 3 Ish, connect with Divine Mother around you, embracing you like your mother. They're protecting you. They're watching over you. Imagine this energy, work with this energy, give thanks for this protection. Give thanks for this permission, for Ahau 3-ish. She gives you permission as Divine Mother to choose any path you want, my dear. Choose whichever path. I'm here to support you. So on the third day of this journey, we have the support of Divine Mother. They're supporting us. On the fourth day, oh, and by the way, I think this day 3-ish is a great day to give thanks to the nature spirits. Give thanks to the nature spirits, the fairies or the gnomes or the elves or the whoever they are, the alushes. Give thanks to those auxiliary spirits of Mother Nature who accompany you on your walks through the forest as well as on the highway of life. I find that that energy is very helpful for protecting me and keeping me grounded in the world of airports and man-made technological transportation. 4T comes around to remind us to connect with our inner vision in making plans and organizing our life path. How 4T really gives us solid, stable vision. That's how, I'm sorry, Tzikin, for Tzikin, the eagle, the Quetzal,
Mhm.
is the one who connects us with our inner vision. So this is a great day to connect with your inner vision, especially as it's relating to your path, where you're going. I will ask myself on this day, how Tzikin, to help me illuminate more clearly my steps in my path so that I'm considering the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual pathways. The 4 pathways speak to the stability of a vision that is physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. That vision in the heart, connect that with your vision in your mind. Connecting that also with, a vision of your own energy moving forward. Ask how for Tzikin to unite your vision with your path. Unite my vision with my path. Unite my what I'm thinking and what I'm focusing on. Bring focus, bring greater clarity to the path that I am on. You can also ask for profits on your path because Ahau Tzikin brings us abundance. Ahau Tzikin brings us the best opportunity, the visionary opportunity, really the opportunities which bring and bless us with the abundance for all. I will invite you on this day to practice an inner journey. On 4 Tzikin, meditate with the eagle, the hummingbird, the quetzal, and the vulture. Close your eyes and ask the eagle to take you on a journey to the north. What does the eagle show you there? Ask the hummingbird to take you on a journey to the south. What does she show you? Ask the quetzal to take you on a journey to the east. What is there for you in the east? Ask the vulture to take you on a trip into the west, into the darkness, into the setting sun. What do these spirit guides show you? I'm suggesting this as a way of journeying with the Nahuales. All of these are birds, all of these are tz'ikin. I oriented them in a particular way to encourage you to take a journey to the north, the south, the east, and the west. On 5 Ahmak, give yourself permission to move forward today. You can ask for permission, but why don't we just give ourselves permission? Why don't we just accept the gift of the permission? Ask for where you want to go. What is your heart and your mind telling you to do? On 5 Ahmak, give yourself permission to ask for that which is in your heart and in your mind, in your vision. It's a great day to forgive and let go of any path which is not yours. It's a great day to forgive the old pathways. It's a great day to forgive the mistaken pathways or the pathways of illusion, of vices. It's a great day to forgive ourselves for our trespasses against others. That all blesses our path moving forward. This is how to engage with the energy of Ahmak, the energy of permission, of seeking enlightenment and forgiveness, which always clears the way for enlightenment to fill our minds. Today, be grateful for the changes in your life path and for the paths that you are not following. There are paths that I am aware that I am not following anymore in my life personally. I've been going along this way and suddenly I'm going over here. And I know that I'm consciously leaving those paths behind. You can also acknowledge the paths that you're leaving behind you, the ones you're not following. Acknowledging giving thanks to that clarifies and nourishes your path moving forward. Mayan spirituality is always in duality. We're always letting go. We're always removing. We're cutting away before we sow new seeds, before we grow something new. There is an inherent duality in all of the energies, and Ahmak is forgiving and releasing and asking for permission for something new. And so you can engage with both of these energies in your own life. You can identify that which you are releasing, letting go of, forgiving, whatever that looks like for you, and what you are embracing, what you're moving, looking forward. Now, on 6 Noch, Noch being the energy of the mind, of our intelligence. What are we going to do on 6 Noch? How does 6 Noch feel to you, Genevieve?
I tend to like rest on the path. Like rest on the earth. Or
Aha,
go somewhere, to
put your
just
head down.
rest, to lay in the lap of the earth and look at the sky or breathe, just breathe and be.
Wonderful. Thank you. That is that feels perfect. It really does.
Take some rest. And
Yes. Because when we do that, we can acknowledge that we're actually letting our mind rest with Mother Nature, with the earth, with the sky, with the mountains, with the lake, with the river, with all of those elements that are around us. We really are. And it's so easy and it's so delicious. It's such a friendly practice, and this is a really great way to nourish our way, to walk there and lay down. putting our head on the ground.
Yeah, with the
In both
rocks.
ways, as we've walked, we release our mind into the earth. I really can't say enough about this practice. 35 minutes is the minimum amount of time I really feel we need because it takes us about 15 minutes to let our mind stop running and to begin to detox and start to pull in the really juicy intelligence of Mother Earth. So I would suggest go for the walk to deprogram. It's always a great way, and give thanks for this ability to walk and not think.
And just walk
And
after
just
the nap.
walk. Yeah. And just being able to lay down our head and lay down our thoughts and let them rest with Mother Earth. And just let yourself have some time replenishing that beautiful brain. Also, I want to draw attention again also to the heart in the mind in our own heart. I also feel very strongly to also acknowledge the heart, the little brain in our heart. And because it's so important to acknowledge this little brain in our heart, because that actually is the one who is activating the parts of our own brain, which are doing all the autonomic nervous system and keeping us alive. Everything really begins in the heart. And I'm inspired to remind us to come back to heart coherence, meditating, to put the focus on our heart for 3 minutes. Slow, deep breathing. Put your attention on the center of your heart. That is where your brain is on 6 no, as it is with Mother Earth. So thank you, Genevieve, for your suggestion, because that's really, I think, exactly what we need to do. We need to put our head down. We also need to release our thoughts and our thinking. And we need to focus on this part also, because this is in resonance with the heart of Mother Earth. So we really want to focus on developing that heart mind intelligence, which is really in heart coherence meditation.
Yeah.
70 the clarity of the obsidian, the energy which cleanses, restores, and balances. This is the critical midpoint of the Trecena of E. And this is the energy of discernment. And how important and perfect for this 13-day period where we're talking about our personal path to receive this important gift, the obsidian knife of our discernment. Discernment on our life journey is so important because if we don't release the expectations that others have, we carry them and they block us. If we don't release the judgments that others have or the judging that we're doing of others, it blocks us. If we don't remove from our minds just the clutter from our own minds, it will block us. Tikkach is really there to bring us clarity and to bring us um, clarity to feel what's in our heart and to see what is in our higher vision, to continue to move forward. Because as we go through life, let's face it, there are lots of great offers. There's some terrible offers too, and we like them all. We do, we do, we do. Yes, we do. We are smart. We love new stuff. We love new things, we love new foods, we love new people, we love new experiences. And it's just part of life. You know, life happens. So we need the tikkach, we need that to just help us cut away what isn't ours. You know, a great way to honor the energy on that day is to take a moment to meditate, to focus on what's coming up, and then just, if you don't have one, get your tikkach and use it. Just slice it away wherever you feel it. That's really how practitioners use this, how we use it to cleanse ourselves. You can also put it in the moonlight if you want to cleanse it. And there is a full moon coming, so there'll be some good moonlight if you want to cleanse your tikkach. Um, Pick up your obsidian on 7 tikkach and ask it to clear away from your path all distractions, detours, blocks, barriers, sicknesses, illnesses. You want to remove those before you head out on your journey. A lot of all of this is really preventative before we've ever stepped out the door. You can carry the Tikkach obsidian with you, and I do sometimes when I know that I'm going on a journey. Um, it's hard to get through the airports, but I've done it. You can't take a big knife, but you can take small pieces. And it's great to carry in your pockets if you're going to be around a lot of people, if you're going to start going to the Western Idaho Fair. Um, I don't know. Those tree fort events where there's lots of people, the Hyde Park Street Fair. Um, if you are going to be around a lot of people, it's a good idea to throw that in your pocket on your journeys. You can also use it on your journeys if you're going to be doing some journeying into the underworld. Maybe you'll feel safe and it will bring you safety. The obsidian isn't just for your waking hours, it's also good for nighttime protection. Ask it to protect you on your way. Ask it to protect you in your travels. Ask it to remove the blocks and barriers. It's there for you to enjoy, to feel amusement with. Obsidian is a sacred tool, and it's known to many native cultures. There is nothing, there is no one, and it says nowhere that you should not have a personal relationship with obsidian. If you don't, I invite you. A lot of people are really enjoying it these days. And it is
Mm.
really helpful when I travel. I really do feel the protection. 8 Kawok, now the superpower of family and spiritual community really brings us protection. This is where we've just come from in this last Trecena of Kawok, working on our protection of our sacred space, of our personal space. So now, boom, 8 Kawok. That's a really powerful energy. That's a protective energy. That's protection from the grandmothers and grandfathers of the four cardinal directions. Those 8 grandparents are protecting us. Now that's some protection to carry out the door. Be grateful for your family of protection, of your ancestors, your guides, your spirit animals. Your spiritual community protects you. We protect each other, praying for each other, caring for each other, naming each other in our prayers, protecting each other in this way. This is a great way to honor this energy on this day. Thank you for my ability to receive the protection from my spiritual family. Thank you for blessing my spiritual family with all of this protection. And as we name each other, we engage the ancestors in protecting each other. And we're already doing this because I know you're doing it. And I know I'm doing it, and we are doing it. And this is something that we are doing on 8th Kawok. We're maybe doing it every day. This is a great day to acknowledge the spiritual community that is spiritual. And sometimes it's physical. And sometimes, yes.
What's coming to me is like the term of a mantle, right?
Yes.
Like a mantle of protection. It's a energetic mantle.
Yes.
But I'm starting to really feel that as I'm aware of you and others in our community who are doing this deep work of creating that auric field and that healthy connection with earth and sky and our relationship to ourselves and our families and the larger world rippling out. I can feel that
I
as a
love.
spaciousness, as we inhabit that or allow that spaciousness to really, uh, yeah, play within our hearts and our minds. I feel that connection. I feel that protection. It's like a shawl. It's like an energetic kind of like layer that I'm starting to feel that's palpable.
Mm. Isn't this wonderful? This is a gift that the ancestors have given us. This is a gift that we're discovering. This is the day that we can give thanks for it. It's helping us to acknowledge something that we're not even quite aware of.
We're on the cusp
Uh-huh.
of understanding some of our true what is true power.
Uh-huh. And what is true protection?
Yeah.
And how are we protected by each other on our journeys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
And we're not just isolated. It's like
Exactly.
that it's breaking up that the myths of separation. We may be kind of journeying it seems solo because we're in
Yep.
various places geographically. But what I'm feeling on an internal level, on a dream body level, is that
Hmm.
we are in tandem. We are learning with the earth, and our insights are mutually co-arising and supportive to each other and confirming and help us grow in our confidence and in our rootedness and our blossoming is what I'm seeing. It's very cool. But we're on a cusp. We're on
Veronica.
this edge. There's this growing edge of understanding what our true powers are as human beings, it feels like, kind of. And
And
this is helping.
facing and experiencing these things together and acknowledging them together begins to make them more palpable.
Yeah.
The mantle that you described, I can feel, I can sense also in that way.
Hmm.
How delicious is that to share that s- very spiritual awareness, but it is a collective awareness. It
Mhm.
is from a very deep collective source. And that's powerful. And that's a powerful, powerful protection. That turtle shell
Yeah.
almost reminds me of like Turtle Island. You know,
Hmm.
this also
Hmm.
this shell that is also an island, that supports all peoples.
Hmm.
This has a very much richer
Hmm.
diversity of life feeling, that
Hmm.
mm,
Hmm.
mm. Thank you, Genevieve, for playing along. Nine Ahbu brings us the feminine face of the sun. The feminine face of the sun reigns over today's energy. The feminine face of the sun. Wow. Nine is feminine, so there's no mistaking that energy. Nine Ahbu. Hmm. You have a hit there, Genevieve?
Well, this morning, as I was walking and the sun was rising in the park, I I came around a bend and the sun was coming through very strong, like right in one area, like a ray. And I
Yeah.
allowed myself to just like stand in it and be in it. And it was just this sense of such like gentleness and joy, really. It was felt medicinal in a way, just like that. Those first rays of the sun, like a celebration of connectedness and feeling so much love and joy in my heart and being alive. And
Yeah.
that receiving of the sun feels
That
feminine.
receiving of the
That
sun.
soaking it in,
Yes.
that that face of being able to open and draw it into our hearts, being able to, yeah, that feels like a piece of it. What would you say?
Well, I was feeling something similar, and that is that Nine Ahbu to me speaks of the sun's light in nature. And so as you expressed, seeing sunlight coming through the trees, in the leaves, the illumination of nature with the light, that speaks to me as well. It speaks to me mm, I don't know. I mean, this is the Trecena of Ahbu. So,
Or A, yeah.
I'm sorry, the Trecena of E. And this is illuminating my path on the earth.
Hmm.
Where is my path illuminated? Um, hmm. I think what we're both talking about is noticing how light is pulled into Mother Earth and how we enjoy and rejoice and how we receive the sun, how we're receiving the sunlight. For
Mhm.
Nine Ahbu, I think receiving the sunlight and giving thanks for our ability to receive it. I'm going to go back to receiving it with the first rays of the sunlight, because that to me is the safest time to receive the sun, which unlocks the most health benefits. Um,
Yeah, that's softening.
Softening, but also acknowledging that, like you, I am drawn to that place in my walk in the forest where the light illuminates the pine needles and the flowers. My trip to the garden, maybe that feels like how I honor this day, because a trip to the garden is how all of these beautiful flowers are capturing the light of the sun.
And they can't help but bloom.
Right.
The sun soaks right in and they can't help but be their fullest, brightest, most cheerful, exotic, colorful little selves. And we're like that too, maybe. Mhm.
I think we are. I think we do soak up sunlight. We do. It does have some photochemical benefits for sure. But it also just intuitively feels good. However, I don't want to go out in the middle of the hot sun because I'm a little sun wary of all of that extra sun. So the dappled sunlight is what I'm feeling on Nine Hagpu. Feeling the dappling of sunlight, of enjoying sunlight in the darkness of the forest. I don't know, I'm feeling that's where I am right now in the forest. So it's easy for me to imagine going there and appreciating this. I think also this day's energy reminds me again of the vital energy that is running through our bodies. the electricity running through our bodies, the fuel, the energy, the fire that is running
Yeah.
through our bodies. And so I think it's also a good day to give thanks for our food, honestly.
Ah,
Because if we don't fuel up, we are not moving forward. And the sun received in Mother Earth is food, period. So
light is in everything.
it is in everything, and it is going to keep us going.
Yeah. So that receiving of
Uh,
the fruits, of the
yeah,
flowers, of all of the, yeah, everything around
that which
us.
has sunlight in it.
Yeah. Hmm.
10 emotion. And again, I think that's also fuel. 10 emotion now favors ceremonies for water. I feel 10 emotion very strongly as an excellent day to perform ceremonies with water, emotion being the essence of water. And 10 emotion connecting us very clearly to our ancestors. Our grandmothers are more accessible to us on this day because of how Lahu Imosh is blessing us with the tremendous power of perception, of our intuition, of our sensing, of our feeling. And we feel our way right into the protection and guidance from our ancestors in that 10. Feel your way into the protection of your ancestors on 10 Emosh, if you can. Can you feel your way into your ancestors on this day? Can you feel their protection? Can you sense it? What does it feel like? How do you sense it? Give thanks for it. Give thanks for that sixth sense that protects you as you travel. Any outdoorsman, anyone who is a survivalist, the elders, the nanas and tatas teach us how to find our bearings if we are lost in the wilderness. How emotion is the brújula, it's our compass, it's our inner compass
Hmm.
for navigating. And it's tremendously protected by the ancestors with their guidance. Imagine your inner compass of the ancestors guiding you on your journeys. Maybe it's a great time to go do another journey on Tenimosh. Go follow the rivers or the lakes or the oceans. You decide where you're going by water.
Hmm.
And go there and ask for guidance and protection and give thanks to the ancestors for guiding and protecting you. The power of water, the power of flow is inherently helpful for us in moving forward in life. Another great way to work with the energy of Ahau Imosh is simply to acknowledge, thank you, Ahau Imosh, for bringing me flow, for reminding me to be in flow with myself, with my path, that I am not blocking and damming myself up. Ask for the ancestors to remove some of those boulders that are blocking up some of the flow. Focus on feeling your way today. That's the gift of 10 Emosh. and feeling our way into our heart and our heart path. 10 or 11 ik, the breath of tranquil intelligence, feeds our path's flow today. 11 ik is a fresh breath. This is a new breath. This is a different breath. Look for the different breath. Ik is the power of the breath and our tranquility. It's really important as we move, as we walk, to breathe. When I breathe deeply, I become very much more aware of my own energy moving and interacting with the earth. I become more aware of that staff of energy that we began walking with on Tuach, moving across the earth with this staff of my own energy. That energy and that walking opens us to meta intelligence in our walking in nature. And the 11th day of walking in nature, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be some really good breezes. And the energy of the day is an energy of new thoughts or new, like a refreshed viewpoint because of the 11. It's like a changed viewpoint, a renewed viewpoint, a life after death viewpoint. I'm suggesting that on this day you take a journey, a spiritual inner journey, and you ask Hummingbird to take you on a journey to remember what was in your heart as a child. Ask Hummingbird Grandmother to take you back. She goes backwards in time. The hummingbird is the only bird that can go backwards and forwards and right and left and up and down. Let her take you back, 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 back to when you were a child. And what were the motivations in your heart as a child? And then come back to the present. And you acknowledge the differences. Notice what came from that. Working with the hummingbird is the nawal of ik. You can work with the hummingbird ik on any ik day. You can have the same hummingbird grandmother take you on a journey into the future. Time traveling with the ancestors is what we can do when we really practice mental, when we have really good mental practice. On 12 Akabal, the nighttime, the dream time, the dream journey. What's your dream journey now? Ask yourself on 12 Akabal, what's my dream journey now? What's it? I mean, I've already completed all these other journeys. Now what? It's time to dream again. Dreaming with the heart open, dreaming with our mind open to this big intelligence. How 12 Akabal can help us uncover that which we hide from ourselves. It can help us to uncover hidden blocks or barriers to our happiness or to our growth. We can ask Hawakabal to help us in our dreams to resolve the challenges that we're confronting on our journey in the present. We can do the dream work now, also to remove any blocks or barriers on the journey that is coming up. We can ask the dream time to remove those blocks and barriers. We can give thanks on this day for the protection from our dreams, from the guidance that we receive when we sleep. Something else ringing a dream bell?
Well, I have dreams at night, and I'll often do different exercises if I feel called to. And honestly, I don't always have a lot of time. So on a day like this, I would probably set aside a little time to see if I recall my dreams, to invite them, and maybe even invite them the night before, to be able to like write them down, or spend a little time writing in the morning. And then alternately, if I'm not dreaming a whole lot, to see the past 10 days or so as a dream and write it down like I am dreaming this, and write it down as a dream and reflect on my experience, my recent experiences as a dream, and kind of
Great.
do a little dream exercise or dream work with
Yeah,
the characters, or
yeah,
just deepen with it, or make some art, that reflects it and brings things more into clear
great idea.
focus.
One idea that also came to me is that it might be a good day to go on a walk at night.
Mm.
I mean, I don't think you want to go sleepwalking necessarily.
Love walking at night. Yeah.
Go for a walk at night or at twilight or before dawn, because those are also the times of Akabal. And go for a walk in that s- liminal light. There's a tremendous wealth of experience. There are lots of pathways in the dark, folks. Mm, 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 mm. And I have a very, very strong feeling that many of us are so afraid of the dark that we won't take the opportunity to go take the full advantage of this dreamy world, of this subliminal world, this interdimensional twilight world where it really is so much easier to encounter our ancestors, our grandparents, fairies, nature spirits. There's a more alive conversation in the twilight times. I know a woman in Guatemala. She's a really, really, really funny person. She Her father's American, but she was raised in Guatemala by a Guatemalan mother. And so she's mixed, and so she has a real comprehension of both cultures. Um, and why am I reminding you of this?
Talk about a dream
Akabal.
journey or
Nighttime.
a nighttime walk.
She's like, I don't know, anyone who does any ceremonies like after 8 o'clock in the morning. You either do it at night or first thing in the morning at dawn, and that's it. No working during the day. And I was like, well, lady, we can't all do it, at the middle of the night. But there is a truth. There is a truth that there's a lot of power to be had walking in the night and, feeling safe. If you don't feel safe, invite someone to go with you. Break through this barrier with fear, because it is just fear that has been placed there from stories and religions and I don't know what. But the fear is only the fear of ourselves. It's only the fear of our own hidden passions or our own hidden hatreds or conflicts. It's not something to be dominated by. It's something to make friends with. It is where all creativity happens. The Popol Vuh, the creation story of the Quiche, tells us very clearly that the creators are meeting in darkness. So there's there's something to the witching hour. Go on a walk at night or at twilight. These are the times when our journeys into those worlds are blessed. 13 Kat brings us to the end of the Trecena. And wow, what a powerful energy. 13 Kat. I mean, that feels like Spider-Man, right? Just casting a web and clearing away these enemy forces and just and then just drawing like happy-go-lucky children who are so happy to meet Spider-Man. It's it's the power to manifest. Yeah. It's the power to make things happen, to solve any problem, and to bring all abundance to us. I think this is an incredibly powerful energy. It actually surprises me. It surprises me that it's the end point of the Trecena. Why does it surprise me? From the Mayan perspective, I recognize 13 Kat. It's often called the net. Many practitioners, many nanas and tatas call 13 Kat the net. And that's the net where we put our ears of corn after we've harvested them. We put them in this big carrying net. We fill up that net huge, it gets big. And you pack that down to your house and you put it on your patio and you dry out your corn. That's your abundance right there. So, kat is that net of abundance. But kat also means burnt, charcoal, white ash, completely consumed. And that's the energy of the fire, the transformations of the fire, the power of the fire to transform and to manifest change, to solve any problem, to bring all of our abundance to us. It's a great day to give thanks for your abundance. Give thanks for your abundance, folks, on this day. Happy Thanksgiving. This is the day to have happy Thanksgiving. Wouldn't it be fun to have Thanksgiving in August this year? Well, this year on August 19th, you get permission. You get permission to have Thanksgiving. This is the energy of the day. In the United States, we have Thanksgiving. We're thankful for our families, for our homes, for getting together, for the food. We're grateful for everything. The net of abundance, and also the burnt offerings, which we have given, which give us prosperity. It would be a great day to have a fire, to give thanks, an offering, and also to have a feast, to have a Thanksgiving feast. So I'm just thinking about those ideas while I'm sitting here, and that sounds pretty fun. But in any case, give thanks for your abundance on 13 Kat. And I want to conclude this Trecena talk by talking just briefly one moment about the merchant travelers, the men primarily in Guatemala who since ancient times have loaded up stuff and put it on a trump line that on they could carry on their head, and they would carry it to a market in a distant place on foot. Maybe they got on a boat to cross a lake, but it's hard work packing it. And then they get there and drop off what they brought. Maybe it was textiles and pick up a bunch of dried smoked chili that they don't have back home that everybody loves and take that back and trade. The overland traders are so intimately woven into Mayan spirituality, and they're woven into the wealth of our paths. If I didn't speak about these overland traders and this culture of trade, of abundance that comes about through movement,
Mm,
I would be remiss in explaining
mm,
important aspect of how we view wealth. We view wealth through travel, through movement, through picking up something here, taking it there, dropping it off, and bringing something back for others. This trade.
mm,
And think about that in 13 Cut and the trade of ideas, the trade of intelligence, the trade of wisdom and medicine, just that we share in spiritual community. It's an incredible power. 13 Cut, that to me is like high magic day. I want to give thanks for my sales of my work, and I want to give thanks for more sales of my work and more journeys, bringing home more blessings, more abundance. Blessing the journeys, blessing the journeys, blessing the journeys. This is an intimate part of the spiritual foundations of the Mayan ancestors, but I think there's a lot of relevance that we can find for this in our own lives today. Even if we're just going on walks in nature. Um, and again, really connecting to this incredible power that draws abundance to us, and it's through walking. Because we've been walking for 13 days. So on the 13th day, it's maybe a day to pick up the pack and take it to market. Load up shop and take it somewhere and sell it. There are lots of ways we can work with the
mm.
energies, but this is up to our own personal creativity. It's up to our own path. It's all about your path. These are ideas, and the Nawalis are here to illuminate the path, guide the path, really showing us where our power is as we're moving forward on the path. Many blessings. I know we all have places to go. Keep going.
Thank you.
Thank you.